रिकॉर्ड भी है वो
And we can see Finance Minister Sitharama, she is presenting budget papers in Parliament. Now she has reached Parliament. She started from North Block few minutes ago. She's reached Parliament showing budget papers, though this time budget is more symbolic as far as paper is concerned. It's paperless budget, e-budget this time. And here to talk more on budget, today we are joined by Mr. Gautam Chikermane. He is Vice President ORF. Mr. Makarand, Dr. Makarand R. Paranjpe, former Director IIAS and Professor of JNU. And we are all awaiting in 1 hour from now when the budget meeting, budget presentation will start in Parliament. But before that, let's have a quick chat with our honorable guests here. Mr. Chikermane, first of all, looking at the way government's fiscal headroom is limited, spending can be looked at, but what about the earnings?
Yeah, I think on the earnings front, we've already had some good news yesterday in the sense that the GST collections have increased. This morning there was some data, they have crossed 1.2 or 1.3 lakh crores. So I think the revenue parts seem to be in place. Now it's the projections, not only within India, but even outside, like World Bank and IMF are suggesting that we are looking at India growing at 9% over the calendar 21, 9% in calendar 22, and 8 to 8.5% in 23. These are, when you compare it with global nations, these are the highest in the world, not only in terms of being a large economy, but absolute terms also. So I think that the revenue part is more or less taken care of. What I'm wondering is that these growth numbers don't come automatically. So in this budget, we would be looking at, for instance, what are the growth levers that Nirmala Sitharama offers to the economy, which means that what are the ways in which, what are the incentives that she offers the private sector to put in more money. Already Mr. Birla has said that there is going to be a huge capital expenditure over the next 10 years. So if you put all these together, I think the revenue part is taken care of. The second part, which is somewhat invisible right now, and it seems to logically flow from revenues, is the fact that jobs need to be created. And at this moment, what is the government doing in terms of enabling private companies to create more jobs would be another question. On the reforms front, I think the government has done very well so far, and it continues to do very well despite the U-turn on farm laws, which I think are one of the most important laws. Farm laws, the 3 laws would have done to agriculture what the 1991 statement on industrial policy did for industry. So it is sad that those laws had to be repealed and pulled back. So I think overall, these are the 3 expectations. Specifically, if you ask me, I think we are looking at in the 2 budgets ago, Nirmala Sitharama increased the number of tax slabs to 11. I think that is very unwieldy. It has been causing compliance issues. The people are confused. Although the government says that these people are helping, they've been helped out because of the options, etc. I'm not so sure. When you go to a market and you see 20 kinds of coffee, you don't know which coffee to buy. Likewise, I think so many tax slabs. I think Chidambaram's 1997 budget, where he had collapsed it into 3 tax slabs, is a good model. We should carry on with it. The government should revert to the 3 tax slab structure. Finally, I think what I would like to see, but we may end up not seeing, is the increase in the tax net, widening of the tax net. Somehow, with every budget, we are reducing the number of people paying taxes. I think we need to first start widening the tax base. More people need to pay taxes, and it should be enforced properly so that those who are evading the taxes are brought to book. These are the 5 things that I would like to see in this budget.
Let's hear more about the expectations which are building up before budget. We earlier spoke to Jim Rogers, who is an American investor from Singapore. He spoke about if the upcoming Indian budget has any provision for crypto or not. Listen to him.
I
suspect they will announce something just because cryptocurrencies are becoming more and more popular, and many other countries are announcing measures for cryptocurrencies. Russia recently outlawed them, etc. I'm sure there will be some announcements.
And we also spoke to Simon Lee, who is a co-director, International Business and Chinese Enterprise Program. We spoke to him about infrastructure, employment and investment. Listen in.
I think the most direct way is to have some sorts of tax incentive, even tax-free, because they involve huge amounts of money in building all the infrastructure. And so some incentive can allow them to actively participate in such construction. You know, the competition is on global basis. Many countries, especially in Southeast Asia, are all affected hit seriously by the pandemic. So there's a kind of competition. So sooner the better. And still, because India is the fifth or the sixth biggest economy in the world, still has many attractiveness to attract foreign investment. So maybe zero tax at the beginning years. Once they build the infrastructure, a lot of their money, then they can recruit many people, many employees. You know, population, manpower is not a problem in India. So the thing is how to get the money to attract foreign investment.
And let's look at Finance Minister Sitharama. She's entering Parliament and she's now going to show the budget documents. Well, the budget is as a paperless budget this time, but it's a, we can say that formality or maybe protocol. And she's posing with a budget file in her hand. And Finance Minister Sitharama, she is about to present the budget in the next 15 minutes or so. And she's here with budget overall documents, but it's a paperless budget this time since the COVID-19 has begun, pandemic has begun. She is now here present with just a red file showing the budget documents. WION now available in your country. Download the app and get all the news on the move.